Dallas home prices look amazing compared to California or New York, but what if I told you there's a hidden tax nightmare lurking in these beautiful homes that really nobody's talking about? Now, I've watched buyers, of course, buyers that didn't work with us, get blindsided by thousands of unexpected costs after closing, and costs that real estate websites never really mention. And today I'm pulling back the curtain on the 4 biggest financial traps in Dallas real estate, including one that's hitting new construction buyers the hardest, but also stay tuned for my step-by-step plan to avoid getting hit by any of this. By the way, if we haven't met, my name is Levi, your Dallas real estate expert, and I've been helping families find homes here in the Dallas market for many, many years. And on this channel, I make videos how life is like here around Dallas. And so if you're thinking about moving here, you definitely have to pay attention to what I'm about to share with you. Now, of course, let's start with taxes. Probably always the biggest issue here in Texas, but here's what's amazing is that we just got some of the best tax relief in the entire country. So I want to start with the good news, which Texas passed the largest tax reform bill in U.S. history in 2023. And I mean, this was pretty massive. The homestead exemption jumped from $40,000 all the way up to $100,000. And that's a huge win for homeowners. But it gets even better than that because Governor Abbott just signed another $10 billion property tax relief package in June of 2025. And so the homestead exemption is going up to $140,000 pending voter approval in November. And I don't know, I mean, what more could you ask for there? Now, the city of Dallas itself cut the property tax rate by 3.1 cents per $100, and that's the largest single year cut in modern Dallas history. So the over 65 and disabled exemption increased to $175,000 for 2025. And check this out, if your home is valued at $218,750 or less, then you're over 65 or disabled, you pay 0 property taxes, which is incredible. And this is just part of it. So in a few minutes, I'll be revealing the shocking hidden tax districts are costing new construction buyers an extra $3,000 to $5,000 per year that nobody really warns you about. Now, we're also one of the states that gives 100% disabled veterans no property taxes on their primary residence. But, you know, here's the reality to that. And this is where people get blindsided. Most people are completely surprised by the tax amount. So maybe not when they buy, but in the second or third year. And you see, whenever you buy a home in Dallas, your taxes might seem, fine whenever you make that purchase, but then the Dallas Central Appraisal District comes in and reassesses annually, and then suddenly your tax bill will jump up, and I mean way up. And I've seen tax increases of thousands of dollars that homeowners, never saw coming. So what happens is the value of your home can jump up to 10% annually, even with a homestead exemption. So without the homestead exemption, then there's no cap at all on how much your taxes can shoot up. So you might be budgeting for one monthly payment, and then suddenly it's way higher than you planned for in the first place. But here's the deal. You can fight that. There's actually attorneys in town or even companies that specialize in lowering your property taxes. Now, people who protest their taxes in Dallas, they've saved an average of $843 with a 7.7% reduction in value just in 2024. So what should you do exactly? Well, first of all, you want to make sure you file all your exemptions right away. Then you want to budget accordingly for possibly year 2 and 3 increases, assuming that could be at least up to 10%. And then be ready to protest your assessment by May 15th deadline. So those are really just 3 steps that could save you thousands, and I'm going to give you the exact companies I recommend for tax protest in the description below. Now, I also hate seeing buyers get blindsided by these hidden costs in Dallas, and if you're thinking about making that move to Dallas, then go ahead and subscribe below because that's the smartest first step you can take. And our subscribers get the first access to my neighborhood breakdowns, more about these warnings that most agents won't tell you about, as well as exclusive home tours. Now, those tax increases are a big surprise, but there's another tax surprise in new construction that most buyers never really see coming. Now, you definitely don't want to buy a home in a PID or mud district without knowing exactly what you're getting into. And this is a pretty big deal in some of these northern new construction areas. So MUD stands for Municipal Utility District, and these pay for water, sewer, and drainage through bonds, and that's tacked on by the developers. Now, PIDs are public improvement districts, and they pay for parks, landscaping, and security through special fees. Now, these can be absolutely massive in North Dallas, especially Prosper, Frisco, Salina, all of the hot spots right now, and they can blindside you if you don't know exactly what to look for. So whenever I show homes in these areas, I've seen people ready to put in an offer until they saw the MUD disclosure, and these extra taxes can add thousands of dollars per year to your property taxes that you might not have budgeted for. So I want to give you a sense of the scale here. So in some cases, mud taxes can be up to 33% of your total property tax bill, and that's huge. I mean, think about that. If your regular property taxes would be around $9,000, I mean, you could be paying another $3,000 on top of that just for the mud in certain districts. And these aren't the only, financial surprises waiting, for you as a Dallas home buyer. I mean, later in this video, I'm going to reveal some hidden physical problems like mold and gas leaks that standard inspections often miss, which could cost buyers thousands after closing. Now, PIDs are similar, but they're set up differently. They require about 66% property owner support by value and land area for Dallas single-family districts, but once they're established, I mean, you're locked in. And, here's the real kicker about that. I mean, those fees are on top of your regular city and county taxes. So when people get their first tax bill, they can be shocked because they had no idea these were coming. Now, these districts aren't all bad. I mean, they often pay for, really cool amenities that increase home value. You've got the lagoons, the massive parks, the walking trails. All of that stuff is typically funded through these special districts, but you absolutely need to know about them before you buy. Now, the most important thing is to ask about mud or PID during your very first conversation with your agent, actually with us, but get the mud notice in writing with exact numbers and figure out what that means for your monthly payment. Find out how long until the bonds are paid off. Now, some simple questions like what's the total mud tax rate and, what specific amenities does the PID fund can save you from a major money surprise down the road. So now we've covered the tax issues and of course the mud and PID districts, but we want to get into something that could be hiding in these homes that just general inspections may miss. So now what else could you be blindsided by? Well, there are a couple of things that typically don't get caught during standard inspection process, but I'm going to show you exactly how you can catch those. So let's talk about mold first, which is the hidden issue. I mean, typically you don't get a mold inspection when you're doing the inspection process. Now, unless they see it and it's clearly visible, I mean, mold could be, hiding out, or underneath that you don't know about. And of course, Dallas, it's pretty humid here, and that really creates perfect conditions for mold. And we're talking about a place where summer humidity regularly hits 70, 80%, and that moisture gets trapped in homes, especially older homes, ones that have had water issues in the past. So I've seen beautiful homes that passed standard inspections with flying colors, but later they had mold issues that cost thousands to fix. So the problem is standard inspections may not include mold testing unless specifically requested. Now, mold can be really hiding behind the walls, under floors, or in attics, especially in homes with prior water damage. And once it takes hold, it can spread like crazy. So make sure you check the seller disclosures as well. Now, the health impacts can be pretty serious too. I mean, unexplained allergies, breathing problems, headaches can all be related to hidden mold problems in the homes. And of course, this is why I always recommend getting a specific mold inspection, especially if the home has been vacant or has a history of leaks. So look for those early warning signs. I mean, musty odors, water stains, discoloration on the walls or ceilings. And then don't just rely on what you can see. I mean, professional air sampling can catch mold that you could never really even spot with your eye. And all of these blindsides really can be avoided with the right approach. And at the end of this video, I'm going to share my complete protection strategy that covers exactly which inspectors to use and how to make sure nothing slips through the cracks when buying a home in Dallas. But mold's not really the only hidden issue to watch out for. Let's talk about gas leaks. I mean, small but very, very dangerous could be. Now, gas leaks could be something that, even though they may be small, you want to definitely check the gas meter and make sure that's part of the inspection. Now, I've seen homes where people noticed eye irritation or headaches after just being inside for a short time. So sometimes there's a small gas leak at the stove connections or other fixtures, and not enough to smell strongly, but enough to cause problems over time. So, small gas leaks not only run up your gas bill, but they can be seriously bad for your health. And Dallas requires city inspection if the gas meter is moved or lines are repaired, but existing small leaks can go undetected for years. Now, we just dealt with this personally with a listing. Actually, one of my neighbors that we're helping sell their house, they had an undetected gas leak, and it caused them some health problems over the last year. Now, we were able to get in there, get the right plumber in there as well to check everything. They found the leak. It was not enough to really cause a lot of damage, but enough, again, to cause them some health issues over the last year. So if you start experiencing something unexpected, of course, this is not medical advice, but, if all of a sudden allergies, headaches, nausea, just something feels off, that could be something that is happening in the home. Now, the good news is both of these issues are really completely preventable with the right inspections. Now, for mold, you can request a specific inspection with air sampling, especially in older homes. Now, for gas, make sure your inspector checks all the gas connections and appliances thoroughly. A little extra caution, up front could really save you thousands down the road. But also, if you notice a big jump in your gas bill as well, all of a sudden, that could be an issue. And I know this sounds like a lot to think about, but here's the reality about buying in Dallas. And I hate to say that there's a lot of things that you can get blindsided by, but the truth is, when you know what to look for and have the right game plan and work with the right team, then Dallas is an incredible place to live. And here's the thing, look, every market has its challenges, but Dallas offers some amazing opportunities if you approach it the right way. Now, I've seen many home buyers navigate these challenges pretty successfully, and with the right preparation, you can avoid these blindsides completely. The Dallas market has serious advantages. The job growth is massive and the home values consistently go up faster than most other major cities. Now, what's the game plan to protect yourself? Well, it starts with finding an experienced Dallas agent who knows these issues inside and out, and not someone who just wants to close a deal, but someone who's going to educate you on exactly what you're getting into. Now, you need to budget for the real cost, not just the mortgage, but property taxes with those potential increases, any mud or pit fees, and realistic insurance estimates. On top of that, research the specific area you're looking at. Some neighborhoods have much higher tax rates than others, even if they're just a few miles apart or even next door to each other. Now, for your inspection strategy, I always recommend using a Dallas-specific inspector who understands our challenges here, like foundation issues from the clay soil, from mold because of our humidity, and aging gas infrastructure in some of the neighborhoods, especially historic homes or much older homes. But if you're buying a home that's over 15 years old or has any history of water issues, that specialized mold inspection is absolutely worth an extra $300 to $500. And make sure gas systems get thoroughly checked, especially in homes built before 2000. But the protection doesn't really stop when you just get the keys. File for your homestead exemption right away. You'd be shocked how many people leave money on the table by forgetting to file. And you want to set up a system to review your tax assessment every single year, whether you do it yourself or hire one of the protest companies that I recommend. But you want to stay informed about the tax law changes. On top of that, Texas is constantly updating property tax laws, and new exemptions or benefits pop up pretty regularly. So when you follow this type of game plan, you're not just avoiding surprises, but you're positioned to build, serious wealth through real estate here. And that's exactly what we help you do every single day. So those are the 4 biggest blindsides that homeowners face here in the Dallas area, but now you're protected against each one of those. And look, I've been helping buyers navigate this market for quite some time now. Sold hundreds of homes just within the last couple of years to those relocating here, and we've always been able to help them keep an eye out for these types of issues so that they don't get caught off guard. So if you're thinking about making the move here, myself, my business partner Travis, we'd love to help you make a smooth move to Dallas. You can simply email us at info@livingindallastx.com, or you can even shoot me a text at the number here on the screen. And so now that you know what blindsides to avoid, your next question might be exactly where should you look for a home. And the good news is you can click here to watch me rank every Dallas area from worst to best to help you make that decision. And until next time, we hope to show you around town.